Well, thank you, Vincent. And speaking of independence and equality, a Ugandan woman is fighting for the rights of little people. She credits her daughter for bringing out a strength in her she says she never knew she had.
Annet Nakyeyune Tibaleka is the mother of 11-year-old Love and Marie. Tibaleka says the only difference between Love and her peers is size.
What I'm proud about is that she knows who she is, that she's a little person, and she knows that it is okay to be different.
That's not to say it's been easy for Love and Marie.
Children at school used to tease me.
Dwarfism is a genetic disorder characterized by short stature. Love has the most common type, known as achondroplasia. Little people, also called dwarfs or short stature, are 4 feet 10 inches or less in height.
I was willing as a mother to support her no matter what. But then I knew that the environment, the society outside mommy is very different. And I wanted to change that society towards accepting my child.
So in 2007, Tibaleka founded Little People of Uganda to provide support to parents of children with dwarfism and adult dwarfs.
It does a lot, from awareness raising to economic empowerment to human rights advocacy to research and documentation. This has helped us to do evidence-based advocacy for our members. This is how I was caged until the age of 13. I was forcefully sterilized because my parents didn't want me to bring up another little person in the family.
Tibaleka was recently invited to the annual conference of the Little People of America, which was just held here in Washington. Leah Smith is the Director of Public Relations for Little People of America, the largest dwarfism organization in the world.
We held an allies reception this week for other disability groups to join forces with us and fight. We're all fighting the same fight of human rights, essentially. We're all wanting to be treated equally.
Smith says misconception, stigma and discrimination are big challenges for little people.
We're all living very normal lives. I always like to say we're all pumping the same blood as everyone else.
Tibaleka and Smith say conferences of little people and their supporters help break down stereotypes.
I was completely a different person before I got Love. She really brought out my innate capabilities that I never knew I had. I didn't know I was bold. I didn't know that I could speak up about injustice or something, though I hated it.
Well, joining me now in studio is Annet Nakyeyune Tibaleka of Little People of Uganda and her daughter, Love and Marie. So welcome to both of you in our studio.
Thank you, Ndimyake.
So maybe you can start off by telling me, Annet, this journey you've been on trying to really raise awareness about the plight of little people.
The journey has been tough, but it's really about creating a better environment for my daughter, a better world for my daughter and all people like her. And we started this off by having information, right information about her condition and conditions that are related to dwarfism, what it is, what causes it, and what are the health complications that are associated with it, and what can we do to improve their situation. And the biggest challenge that little people face mainly is misconceptions. This is a condition that is highly misunderstood, highly mislabeled. So awareness raising is key to improving the conditions under which little people live.
What is the most understood part about it?
I think people don't appreciate that they are human beings like all of us, like everybody else. They think there is something terribly wrong with the little people. The difference is so conspicuous that people fail to comprehend that they belong to them, that they are their sisters, they are their children, that a little person is their daughter or their sister or their relative.
Now,
it's
through
difficult.
your organization, the Little People of Uganda, you've managed to really push for Little People of Uganda to be included in the group of people with disabilities. How has that helped?
This means that now, for example, when you're pushing for things like accessibility, little people are thought about. There were some accessibility standards that were developed, but after now little people being incorporated into the disability movement, they realized that actually some of those standards do not apply to little people. They still need to be revised in order to also accommodate little people. But also being a part of the disability community means that we fight stigma together. because the biggest challenge little people have is stigma. And stigma, of course, also is the same problem for little persons with other persons with disabilities.
Now, you came to this conference here in Washington for the Little People of America, and I think one thing that you kept talking about was the importance of the interactions, but then also what you learned and what you hope to take back to do with healthcare and providing health, at least health facilities for people who are little people. What exactly are you hoping to gain from that?
Something that was so close to my heart coming to the U.S. was health care provision for our little people in Uganda. And I've met with doctors here in the U.S., specialists. I think they're the best in the world, the specialists that Little People of America has. We've had meetings and we've reached an extent of now trying to think about how can we create a skeletal dysplasia center back home. And they are really committed to providing that capacity to build that skeletal dysplasia center back home in Uganda. But also there's been a lot of learning, first as a mother, as a parent, but also as an organization, Little People of Uganda. Little People of America
you have about 1,000 members. So
yeah, we have about 1,000 members, yes. But Little People of America has many more members. And also, there are different workshops on health, on adaptive living and all that. These are some of the things that we are going to take back home, like accommodation in schools, children, can we provide accommodation and support in schools? How can we provide accommodation in hospitals for little people, in national referral hospitals, in daily lives, accommodation for them in their lives.
Now, your organization publishes, and it has published 3 newsletters to date, really trying to expose people and raise awareness. And I want to turn to you, little Miss Love, Anne-Marie. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Now, you wrote something in your mom's newsletter, in the most current newsletter, where you were kind of telling ordinary people or average-sized people to leave little people alone, that you are beautiful too. What made you write that?
Because at school, there used to be lots of teasing because I'm the only person at school.
So you got bullied? People used to bully you? Now is it getting better?
Yes.
And you're able to defend yourself, to tell people, listen, don't treat me like that because I'm a little person?
Yes.
And then you also say you want to be a doctor because you want to help little people like yourself.
Yes.
You think you don't have enough people who can take care of the needs that you have?
Yes.
So we'll be waiting to see you become a big doctor one day, right? So now, Annet, where do you see this struggle going? You've mentioned that you want to take it beyond Uganda to the other 5 countries in the East African community. What exactly is your vision with that?
Discrimination or stigma cuts across it's really, it goes beyond Uganda. We have little people in Kenya, we have little people in Rwanda, we have little people everywhere. And for example, I look at a situation when my daughter gets a job in Kenya, and when she goes there, then it's a different new world for her.
So you want to make sure that
it's a better world for her. It's a better world for little people.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here. I know you had a lot of things to do in Washington, but you took some time to come and share with us your stories. So thanks so much to you.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's Annet Nakyeyune Tibaleka of Little People of Uganda, and of course with her is her daughter, Love Anne-Marie. Back to you, Vincent.